Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Welcome back to the War Report, the show all about PlanetSide 2. Awesome MMOFPS. Free to play on Steam, planetside2.com. Check it out. I promise it's cool. I'm with Jax, and I'm Axel Toss. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, buddy. Jaxel Toss back in the house, getting ready for another episode. I'm really excited for this episode. As we said last week, we'd have Battle Islands for these guys, and we have them. They are here. Competitive PlanetSide 2 is finally being aired on MLG, and I'm stoked.
Battle Islands is an island where you battle.
That I'm on Burgundy?
More specifically, it's a place where you what?
More specifically, it's an equal it's an equal laid out island, essentially.
An island.
With different lanes that you go down. Sort of in a MOBA style-esque lane type
so
play.
So let's say I'm starting from the beginning. I'm on this battle island. I am the commanding officer. Hilariously enough, I don't know how that would happen, but I would be that commanding officer.
There was a mistake. A mistake has been made.
A mistake was made. They put me in as the leader. I don't know why, but I'm the leader, and I'm still.
Got a little scruff going today.
We needed not. My shaver it's missing.
I don't know if it's missing.
It's missing. We don't
Look
need
at that. Look at that face. Oh my goodness. GQ Man of the Year Gamer Edition.
In all seriousness.
I mean, you could be a model. You could be a knee model.
We promise to keep our personal relationship off the air, Jack.
Look at those knees.
We don't have pants on right now.
Well,
okay, stop.
That's how I party.
We need to stop. We need to talk about.
Let's get serious. Let's talk about PlanetSide.
So can I get back to my point, please?
I've been trying to talk about the
I'm the leader.
You're talking about your knees.
I'm talking about being the leader.
Okay.
Of a PlanetSide 2 outfit, and I'm on a battle island, and I'm telling my dudes something to do. What do I tell them to do? How do I get the edge?
So what you're going to want to do, a lot of people haven't seen the battle islands yet. The gameplay's awesome. I've had a chance to actually go into a live scrim on them. You're going to want to separate your forces, but you're going to want to make them really mobile, so if they need help at any specific point, you can get them there.
So, like, is there an objective?
There is. There's, I want to say 9 bases, but I don't want to be that guy that's wrong.
So the objective is to control/capture these 9 bases.
9 bases. So you want to cap these 9 bases faster than the other team can.
And there's a timer?
There's a time. Well, I mean, there's different game modes. I don't think they've decided the competitive game mode for today. We're going to put a 45-minute timer on it. Let these guys go at it.
Cool.
As I said, you're going to want to divide your forces over the 3 lanes, but be able to provide reinforcements wherever you need them. Air is super big on the battle islands. Getting liberators in the air that can contain people in their spawns, controlling these cap points.
Right.
Armor, not as much. So it's
less
really
mobile,
more of an infantry air. Yeah, just because you have to go up hills and there's like turrets and stuff.
I feel like if there's 9 points, obviously if you visualize this, you'll be able to see this in the game. The first initial 3 that are right in front of you, that's where you send the armor, no? And then you send the air to the middle, maybe?
Yeah, but I mean, you don't really need armor there. You can just fly over it, squad deploy, cap those really quickly, and then the fights are going to be in the middle, and we're going to see how people sort of allocate their troops.
Wow.
Because you're going to win by just sending the right amount of numbers to a certain base.
Yep.
So it'll be really interesting to see how it's going.
So what we do here basically is we find 2 teams, and if you want to get involved, what's the best way? Tweet.
You can tweet at me at that guy Jax.
That guy Jax.
That guy Jax. Or you can email me at jax@tiwoutfit.com.
Boom.
Also, guys, we're looking for top plays. So majorleaguegaming.com/submit.
Yep.
I think we're gonna start doing a top play show here at MLG where we just feature a top 5 from PlanetSide.
That sounds awesome.
So if you guys want to be on that and you don't have an outfit that's big enough to compete, get your plays in.
If I get like a headshot, can I submit that?
I mean, one headshot might not make a top 5 play. Okay. One headshot's not the hardest thing in the world.
Okay, what if I jump out of a galaxy and as I'm falling, I'm getting a headshot?
That would make a top play.
That would be. I will submit that.
All right.
Well, do you think that'll be number 1?
Yeah, we can probably doctor something up to make.
It won't be doctored.
We have a great editing team back here in the back, and they can maybe make you look good.
You see, now I'm gonna do it, and you're gonna be like, "Wow, Axel Toss."
You're not gonna do it. It's not gonna. It's just not gonna happen.
Okay.
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 We'll
let you say that. You went there. That's fine. I'm just kidding.
All right.
You know
what? We'll do one-on-one one day.
Worry. See, that's a whole different story. I was just saying I was just going to do this play. I didn't say he was headshotting.
We're going to get you that play. We're going to get you on the top 5. Let's hit it on the battle lines. Are you ready?
Yes. Okay. We covered everything we wanted to do. The Realm and the Foundation are the teams that are happening today. So huge shout out to those guys, the Realm and the Foundation. Super happy to have them on the show.
Yep.
And again,
yeah, we should. They're from the Sirius servers. So what's up? What's up, guys?
Yes.
Thank you for coming over and being on the show.
Thank you.
And we found them actually off the PlanetSide Reddit. We've been doing a lot of community interaction on Reddit, getting guys from Reddit who want to be on the show.
Boom.
Because obviously Reddit is where you just find the most positive, upbeat, productive people in the community.
You're just talking about PlanetSide because the rest of Reddit is a whole different.
I was being a little sarcastic.
Okay, I was wondering. I'm like, is this
flying over your head?
I was wondering if you found some paradise in the Reddit universe where it's fine. And I was actually
It's not that bad,
happy.
actually. PlanetSide community is really cool.
Yeah,
At SOE Live, I got to meet all of them. Great guys. And so stoked to do this.
Cool.
I'm really excited to
Yes,
catch Battle
that being
Island.
said, you know, guys, stay tuned, because when we get back, it's time to check out the Battle Lines. We got the Realm versus the Foundation. Stay tuned. All right, guys, here we are.
All right, let's do this. It is time for the Battle Islands. Let's jump right in here, and let's check them out.
Let's do it.
So, guys,
Do I need to give instructions
these NC are loading up.
to my platoon here?
Okay. Here we go. Alert started. Nuclear
Okay.
winter.
Oh, sick.
Capture the Nexus within the time limit. Guys, give you a quick map overview. Hitting M. This is the layout of the Nexus. So as you're going to see, there's basic lanes coming down. Trying to zoom in here. The big bases are going to be on either side. Right here and right down here are really hard to defend bases. Let me shoot over here and just quickly take a look at these bases. I'm sorry, hard to attack, not hard to defend. They're basically the Mayday bases, what I like to call them.
Mayday bases.
So these are the bases. This is going to be the last one they need to take on you to win this. Doing a quick layout of look over. The Nexus is awesome, guys. It's definitely my favorite map so far on PlanetSide. I'm not just saying that because I'm a competitive junkie. I'm saying that because it's really, really badass. So popping in here. This is going to be your cap point room. There are going to be shield generators guarding it. For those wondering, you cannot shoot through these. So if you're in here and they get the shield back up and you're the VS or the TR in here, you're trapped. You're essentially trapped in here.
Right.
But they can't shoot in here, so they have to come in to get you. You can lock down this room. And these are the last bases they're going to take before really taking the map. So let's go ahead and see what our teams plan on doing. They're going straight for the middle, going to Bitter Gorge, which is not an easy place to take. I'm going to give you a tour of a couple more bases while we're just getting these guys ready.
Give me the tour, Jax.
Going over to the hydroponics compound. Hydroponics compound.
That's an awesome name.
So here you go. Just looking in these buildings. I mean, obviously some bridges. This is the cap point right here. This cap point's got 4 entries. 3 downstairs, 1 upstairs, which is going to be right here.
Cool.
I mean, they look a lot like bases you've seen before, but they're 5 entries. They're reimagined in a very cool way. There's some cool trees over here. It reminds me a lot of Esamir, obviously, both winter continents. Sorry, I need to adjust the DPI on this mouse. It is nuts right now.
Yeah, mine was going crazy. I had to edit it a little bit.
Yeah.
We could even go to my screen really quick while you fix that, Jax.
Perfect.
But yeah, of course, I'm following the Alpha Squad of the VS here. Of course, the Foundation is what they are. And what are these guys focusing on right now, Jax?
So now they're just going to start doing some initial caps. They're going to
Yep.
get to these bases. They're going to get down there. They have 45 minutes. So we'll see if the VS come to Bitter Gorge and try and stop what is an NC cap. Popping over here, it looks like we have some action initiating. The entire Alpha Squad for NC, which are the guys I'm rolling with, are going to be on this side.
Okay. Okay, got it. Now, I'm tracking. It looks like the Nexus Secure Substation is going to start being controlled by the VS. Arizek SATCON Hub. And basically I feel like those 3 capture points in the middle, the Bitter Gorge Garrison, the Granite Head Reactor, and the Arizek SATCOM Hub, those are going to be the most contested throughout this game. Because obviously in the middle, they're in the more neutral territory. It makes sense in any general war theory that those would be most contested. And I feel like as far as strategy is concerned, those are going to be the ones you focus on.
Yeah, absolutely. The middle's going to be what's pretty contested. Now, we have some air going on here, some little air battle, but nothing crazy yet, guys. We haven't seen any battles starting quite yet. Just moving up this Nexus line. And a good way to see caps actually on here, I think this should fix my glitch on my screen.
Yeah, this is
Yep, so-
all... Oh, okay, there we go.
So if you switch to another continent when you hit M, so now you guys can see the lanes. Sorry you couldn't see these before, but these bases are going to be TR controlled, so they're going to need to flip these bases before they do anything else.
Oh, okay.
So once they flip these bases, it looks like the NC is flipping all 3 right now. I don't see the VS flipping any of these. So the NC is flipping all 3, and we will see if the VS come in and fight. What are you guys doing right now, Alex?
It looks like they're chilling at C. They just took over C at the Arizek SATCOM Hub. However, the NC currently control A and B, so I'm assuming they're going to start making a movement towards those A and B locations, but just securing that C spot at this point.
Perfect.
I think they're trying to move up the stairs there and just trying to get some work done.
Yeah, there's a little action going on at your base. My base is fairly calm. Alpha Squad's got this pretty much on lock.
I'm hearing lots of gunfire. I got to find the source.
All right, what's going on your screen? Where are the fighters? Where's the fight going on?
Yeah,
Alex?
I'm
Give me
looking.
the fight.
I'm working on it. Okay, it looks like there's a Sunderer. Okay, I see a Sunderer in that. There we go. So Sunderer's coming out here, and that looks like it's from the NC. So it looks like they are wanting to contest this location. Is it going to be they're kind of converging over here. Yeah, it's all just set up right now. There's not really any major firefights. Just trying to make their way to that central building to actually get to those A, B, and C points so they can start converting them. But for now, it's still the NC controlling A and B, the VS controlling C, and I'll keep you updated.
The VS have a ton of air up. On my screen, I look at this Reaver. He's surrounded by four sites. Is he going to survive? He's running away. I mean, there's just so much VS air up here going after this guy. So shout out to Bravo 7.
Bravo 7.
Who's boldly, he's going to get away there. He's going to go to the warp gate because, I mean, there's so many sites. They're really spawn containing any air that the NC can pull out of the warp gate right now. There's 5 sites I can count in the air. If you look, I mean, they're everywhere.
Everywhere. So what do you make of that move? Going for the mass air, do you like it? Dislike it?
I think they're losing a lot of bases right now. They need some more boots on the ground.
Sure.
And they need some of the guys out of the air.
Okay, we got, on my screen, we got Glutchin something. It looks like he thought about going towards B, but he's a little bit nervous. Okay, yeah, now we're seeing a lot of VS presence starting to go towards B, and they're going to start capturing this. I'm not seeing the NC in this location. The NC actually retook C over here at this base. So it's one of those situations where it's kind of back and forth. One of the outfits going after B, other going after C, just a lot of dipping and dodging.
Yeah, Bitter Gorge, the VS are going to flip B back, but A and C are firmly held by the NC. So it looks so far like the NC's winning this by flipping the bases. VS have a lot of people in the air, though, so I'm wondering if they should have some of those guys on the ground flipping points.
There's a lot more movement at this Arizek SATCOM hub. I'm seeing a lot more VS presence. So again, it's something we're going to keep an eye on. I also hear a lot of communication among these guys. So I feel like it's only a matter of time. They're really focusing on this area, Arizek SATCOM hub. So we'll just keep an eye on it, and I'll keep you updated.
All right, now going back to Bitter Gorge, looking around the base. So the VS are going to come in and flip A. Are these NC going to be able to come in and retake it? All right, NC coming in, moving in 3 guys, moving in 4, and getting taken out by these 2 VS on the point. They're able to hold A and stop that advance.
Nice.
As they look around, they're going to go back. Oh, they're going for the chase. They're chasing and they take him down. So these 2 VS guys are doing work over here at A.
I mean, as they're being super cost efficient, obviously, if you're getting a lot of kills, you're not dying a lot. That's called a high kill death ratio, and that's definitely going to be good. That's generally going to be good in an FPS game. No excuse here for PlanetSide 2. Again, massively multiplayer online first-person shooter, free to play, Steam or PlanetSide2.com. And by the way, meanwhile, Arizek SATCOM hub, we did have all 3 points captured by the Foundation, aka the Vanu Sovereignty outfit we have here. So good job. Good job to them. We'll have to see the NC kind of try to bring it back.
All right, yeah, they're making a strong push, and they flipped all 3 points here at Bitter Gorge. Realm is relying off this Sunder. Now remember, this is a TR base, guys, so both teams are going to need to heavily rely on these Sunders. The VS Air knows where this Sunder is, and they are pounding it. They have 3 to 4 NGs on it, trying to get it repaired, but will that Air be able to take it out?
I mean, they're not doing themselves too many favors because that is a relatively exposed location for that Sunder. Ideally, you want to be kind of a ninja with that thing and put it where it can't necessarily be seen so it doesn't get blown up, so you can spawn there forever and have constant reinforcements at these locations. Look at this Max coming in here from the NC, trying to chop that guy up. He's being a ninja, he's just running in circles around him.
Yeah, he had no chance, so Kiz, who's the squad leader of the Alpha squad, coming in as Max.
What a beast.
He cannot flip this point, though. He needs a softie to come in and help him out, so while they do have A cleared, they're not able to flip back A. All 3 points are in VS control. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left on the base.
Nice, it's not too far at all.
This engineer's like, you go first, buddy, check it out. So now he's on A, now he's going to be able to flip it.
There it is.
So they have at least 1 point going back in NC favor.
But B and C are currently...
B and C are currently VS. What's going on over at your base?
I mean, I'm just watching A right now, and it looks like it's very comfortable. B, it looks like, is going to be the one that's going to be contested the most. Of course, that's at the top of the base. I'm trying to keep an eye on all 3 levels. This is a multi-level area. It's a situation where the VS kind of are having control. They're 3 minutes and 40 seconds away from completing the conversion, but the NC looks like they're trying to be annoying at B. They need to start really focusing on this location, or it's going to go out of control. Right now, A, B, and C belong to the VS, and the NC have 2 minutes to make something happen.
Yeah, and the VS are able to retake A here at Bitter Gorge. They're going to be bringing the clock down with this cap. I will tell you the final time once it comes down, but yep. 1 minute and 53 seconds until the VS take Bitter Gorge Garrison. It's been a heavy fight here, but that VS Air proving to be effective, taking out the Sunder, and since it is a TR point, no one has a natural spawn here. With that NC Sunder down, I don't think that they're going to have enough time to retake this from the VS.
Okay, it looks like B is going to be trying to be converted here by the NC, but no, VS Max is going to come in and chop that guy up. So The VS have a bigger presence, I think, everywhere we're looking so far.
So let's just check out numbers. Hit P on your thing. And
Yep.
yeah, so I mean, your guys have a full squad more than the NC. The VS have a full squad more here. That's worth noting.
Sure.
We told the teams they could bring up to 48 players, and yeah, the VS have an extra 12 players on this one.
Okay. Math was never my strong point, so I'll trust your words there. But right now, the VS doing a great job controlling these two these two locations. They have complete control right now over Arizek Satcom Hub, and they're a minute and 15 seconds away from completing the capture here, taking it back from the TR and retaining control. And that initial capture might be the most important thing, because right now it's essentially a neutral. You know, it's TR controlled. But if it's defended by the VS, defended by the NC, obviously there's a lot of natural advantages you're going to get from that. So the NC have 60 seconds to make something happen, and so far
VS are also going to be taking Bitter Gorge in 35. So
yeah.
It looks like they're going to take both bases. Very, very strong work by the VS here, moving, and obviously that extra squad is going to help.
Sure, naturally.
But yeah, I mean, able to take the first two bases.
I'm thinking about jumping in and helping the NC out, helping them capture.
I'm just doing a quick look at Nexus, and yeah, so we're going to have all 3 Terran bases are going to go to the VS. The NC are going to be pushed back to their last 3 bases.
Yikes.
They're now putting down a platoon waypoint. It looks like they're going to make a stand at Hydroponics Compound. And he's like, guys, we need to make a stand here. This is their last line of defense right here. These 3 bases before they get to the warp gate.
This is Helm's Deep, man. They're coming in. They're looking for the reinforcements on the 3rd day in the sunlight. Will it happen is my question, because the VS, they're charging and they're not stopping.
Yeah, absolutely. Shooting over to the platoon waypoint here. Let's see how this is going to look. This is where the NC need to make their stand.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they will lose the alert. Once all three NC territories are capped, we will have a true winner in this fight.
A true winner in PlanetSide 2. We can actually establish that.
Yeah, man.
Isn't that nice?
I mean, I'm stoked.
I am too. All right. So I'm looking at Hydroponics Compound right now. This is going to be an important point here for the NC.
How are your VS choosing to get to the Hydroponics Compound?
Let me sneak in and see if I
would like
can
to see their troop
take
movement.
a look. Yeah, let me go glance at that.
Guys,
really
the Nexus is just gorgeous. I mean, obviously we're giving you a tour of this, but these bases are good. I know they're going to be adjusting the cap times. I personally think cap time should be like 3 to 4 minutes per base. I think that would allow for sort of quicker play. But I know this is really the first time they've been broadcast, so we're doing a little work to tweak everything. But just getting to look at them, seeing a battle unfold on them is really exciting.
Okay, so it looks like there's a lot of scattered movement at the moment. I'm seeing a couple Sunderers on my map. Let's see if I can find them. Yeah, it looks like a couple Sunderers coming forward here from the VS. Looks like they're just getting together, getting some armor, getting all their troops together, and then they're going to start making a movement towards that next point. Definitely something we'll keep an eye on. But it looks like actually there's some resistance here at this base, at the B location. I'm going to sneak up there and check it out really quick. It looks like the NC might not be done defending this base.
Awesome. So let's definitely check that out, guys. And it's like a lot of system on every other continent. So if they contest a base here, the VS cannot move on.
He's here. There's an NC guy being a hero, but he gets a quick little skirmish there, and now B is going to be recaptured there by the VS. So I like the effort by the NC guy. I had no idea how he got there, but I like the longevity there. It was nice. Freaking the VS out a little bit is always cool.
So they are going to be losing Slate Canyon Hold. Let me look over at that. They're losing one of the last 3 bases they have. They need to move over here and secure this, because this base is going down. The Vanu have 3 minutes left on this cap, and it's one of the last 3 NC bases. Taking a quick look at the map, guys, just to show you what's up here on the Nexus. So once this base goes down, they're going to be down to 2 bases. So they really need to get people over to Slate Canyon. They're not in jeopardy at Hydroponics, and they're not in jeopardy at their Omega. Their Omega, guys, as you can see on the lane system, it's going to be the last stand.
Sure.
And it's very defendable.
You have to go through there.
Correct.
To get.
And once you capture that Omega, the game is over.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So defender's advantage is going to be nice because everyone's going to be accumulated together. But you know, it's been all VS so far, and again, they're kind of just setting up. It's calm before the storm, getting ready to go for the hydroponic compound. But the NC have to figure out how to make something happen, because it's looking a little bit dire for them right now.
Absolutely. Slate Canyon, it looks like it's going to go down. They have armor rolling in here. It's going to be tough for the NC to take it. So if you check out on my screen, there's 4 turrets here at Slate Canyon. And when I first saw that, I was really worried. But realistically, with their range on top, as long as you just don't do armor, Gal drops can completely avoid these. But, you know, you don't bring armor up this road. This is a road where armor does
No.
not belong with this 4-turret system.
Nope, it doesn't.
These guys are obviously really stoked on the turrets. They added a 5th turret just in case 4 turrets
that
wasn't
guy
enough.
was jealous, and he was like, commanding officer, I want a turret too. And he's like,
Yeah.
you know what, take this thing and just be quiet.
Absolutely. And the VS are going to be they're going to be pushed pretty far down this road. They're going to have a scout right here on another turret.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to be trying to negate the air.
Nice. Okay.
So this road is pretty treacherous.
It's locked
if you're
down.
Going up it.
It's locked down. So how would you approach this if you see that line
I
of
would
turrets?
load my guys up in a gal drop, and I would get them directly over this point.
Sure.
You can't use this road. They have an enemy Sunder right here. They have 4 turrets up, and then once you get past all that, you're dealing with enemy armor. So
Wow.
that road is pretty much negated. You're going to need to come in through the air, and you need to come in fast because you only have a minute left on this.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Again, the VS right now just planning their moves, wondering if they should go for a gal job, if they should go for a push down that lane. But obviously a very concentrated area, a very narrow area, going to be hard to make that happen. Meanwhile, at Arizek Satcon Hub, we still have the guy. They're just getting ready, I guess. They're loading up, and it looks like they're about to start moving out toward the next location. Playing very patient, which is fine. Making sure they stay together, making sure they're doing the right things, so they can capture that next point.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, they're giving them problems here at Arizek Satcom Hub, but they're not doing enough to stop their advance. But all the VS seem to be on the left lane of the map.
Yeah.
The NC are at Hydroponics waiting for this big push. They're definitely defending it, but I don't know if it's a good strategy to let their right base come down just to protect their left lane. So, I mean,
we'll keep an eye on it. I mean,
they're keeping Hydroponics under control, but at what cost? Because they have multiple squads here. They are losing one of their last 3 bases. I think they need... Oh, they have all 3 of their squads at the Hydroponics compound
Wow,
while they're
I didn't see.
losing their right base. So they need to get back to that lane and stop that right base.
okay. Do you see them realistically trying to push back the other way on this other lane, or is this?
I
one
mean,
of those-
they're trying to push up this lane, but I don't think they have the numbers to do it. They're sending 1 Sunder. They need to all load up and either push this lane together as a group and really push in, or they need to go defend the other lane. But right now, they're kind of hanging out at
between.
an empty base that isn't being attacked, and it's just
Right.
not the best use of troops right now.
Okay, so, a couple explosions on my screen. What would be your main suggestion for?
I would try and send 1 squad to the right lane to hold them up, and
Yeah.
then I'd push up the left lane with 2 squads.
Okay, that makes sense. We'll keep an eye on it, but we're seeing a couple NC centers here.
Yep, so they're going to try and make this push up the left lane. They see an enemy Sunder, and they take
Oh.
it down. 2 NC Sunders moving
Wow,
in.
dude, they're pushing hard.
Yep, they're going to be pushing up hard with these 2 Sunders, both Bravo Sunders moving in here. Going to get position at Arizek Satcom Hub. Absolutely dominating that enemy Sunder.
That was very fantastic. A big explosion. Always nice to see in PlanetSide 2. And now they're actually charging back towards this location. A, B, and C are still controlled by the VS, but C is slowly starting to be converted. So it's one of those things where the NC is like something's going pretty well for them. So they're going to try to turn this into
wow.
momentum to potentially take this point.
Their Sunder's taking a lot of
Yeah.
damage initially. It has a lightning behind it. He sees him. This Sunder going to try and chew him up, and he
Let
takes
me
him
go.
out.
Oh my god.
Enemy lightning taken out. Sunder is still up from Kiz. They are going to deploy it. They are on C, they are on A, and they're going to start taking the Arizek Satcom Hub.
Wow, a great counter push here from the NC. Do you still think this is worth it, leaving that right lane a little bit open?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to lose your Omega, you need to get players back to that Omega.
Sure.
I don't know if a win condition has been set up yet, because as we said, guys, this is the first time the Battle Islands are being played. But in my eyes, if you lose the Omega, that should be the win condition. But we're going to have the Battle Islands on the episodes from now on.
Yes.
And we're going to just, keep working with Sony to get some win conditions and check PlanetSide 2 out as an esport. I'm really excited these are finally here.
Yeah, this is that element that honestly I was really excited for this whole time, that you have a map. There's no outside variables. It's just 2 teams going at it against each other. Of course, if you're looking to get involved, you kind of need to join an outfit. So as we just saw, I just saw a guy kill himself on my screen. That was a little bit
Yeah,
sad.
guys, you definitely need to join an
Yeah.
outfit. You need to get in this game. You got to start playing it. It's free to play.
Right.
So just check it out at planetside2.com. And guys, MajorLeagueGaming.com/submit. You're saying, I don't have an outfit. I want to be featured on the show.
Ha.
That's your way to do it. Submit your badass plays, and we'll get them on the air.
Top plays. We want them. You have them.
You have them. We want
and
them.
we decide which ones are the best.
All right, taking a quick look at the map again. Let's see how this VS push is going. As expected, they took Slate Canyon. They are not yet at the Omega. I think they're probably going to come to Arizek Satcom Hub and try and defend it. But the VS obviously have much more control right now than the NC.
Yeah, and this is something that's been happening from the beginning. What's the game plan for NC from here, in your opinion?
Well, it doesn't look like they're getting a lot of resistance at Arzak Sakon Hub. So where are all your VS right now on your screen?
I'm looking at they seem very scattered. There's a lot of guys in the air. There is a Galaxy back at the Nexus Southwest Warp Gate, but that's all I'm seeing right now. It seems pretty scattered.
So maybe they're grouping up to stop this push
I think
at
so.
the Arzak Satcom Hub. The NC kind of put all their bags in this left lane basket, and they're just going to push up it. Not a bad move. I definitely think if they lose the Omega, they need to send a squad there to defend. But
Sure.
right now, I mean, the way it stands, pushing up this left lane is what they need to do.
Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on it. Of course, they still have control over A, B, and C at this Arzek Satcom Hub. They have guys just periodically thrown around, watching different corners, making sure no one sneaks up on them, and, of course, trying to identify where the VS are. Because it's one of those things where they capture this a little bit too easily, and as you asked me, they're wondering where the heck are the VS? Why are they giving this up so easy? But the VS should be coming in soon. I saw them in a Galaxy, so we'll definitely keep an eye out for that.
And this enemy harasser going down. The VS getting some harassment in, but not able to make a huge impact as NC still control all 3 points of the Arzak Satcom Hub. The VS need to put their forces here and stop this advance. Because once they get this space, they have access to 2 more.
Yeah.
And they're saying here in Platoon Chat, if you have trouble, fly to Arzak. They have guys on the roof with AA. So they're going to have their pilots try and lure the Slice over Arzak, and then those guys are going to shoot him out of the air with the lock-ons.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens here. Of course, A is currently being contested by the VS, and that is being communicated. They know this is happening. A switching over the VS just like that. We'll keep an eye on this. I'm going to try to sneak in there. A lot of fire being exchanged from both these teams.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at A right now. It just looks like there's one VS guy up here.
Okay.
And it is an infiltrator, so I mean, it's not going to be hard for the NC to retake A against one infiltrator.
Sure.
But let's see if they move in.
It's annoying. I mean, it's one of those things you have to pull back. You have to attribute guys to, which means your other locations might be a bit vulnerable. And, of course, it's slowing down that time to capture it. So
they only have 23 minutes left here to really make a push and pick up some bases. They're losing C now as well.
Uh-oh.
Are they going to send 2 guys over to resecure A? 2-3 guys.
They need to. I mean, they can't necessarily know there's only one person there. So it's one of those things where you don't know if you're sending 2 guys to pursue 5 guys, or if you're going against 1 guy. So maybe just send a scout in, see what's going on, and then get a guy in there, make sure it gets captured, appropriate the proper number of people to capture those points.
Yeah, the VS able to secure C now as well. They're definitely here in force. They're definitely stopping this push from the NC. The NC need to group up and resecure A and then move to B, or move to C. Their Alpha and Bravo squad, they're kind of rolling solo right now. They're not able to get into this main building as the vehicle bay is going to be pretty hot. They're moving their Sunder. So I think they're going to move that Sunder and then group up on that, on Kiz's Sunder, and then move in.
Okay, we'll see what happens. C,
a lot of damage taken from the air. It's on fire. I don't think this Sunder is going to make it. And it goes down.
Wow.
So that NC Sunder getting destroyed. I don't know if they have that was their main Sunday, so I don't know if they have another spawn point because obviously they needed to assault the base. BS able to retake A and C, so only B is an NC control now. They have to do something here. Oh, and they're losing B, so it looks like all 3 points are going to be taken here. Arzak Satcom Hub looks like it's going to be where this main battle is for this episode.
He's looking. He's like, where's the NC? It looks like there was an NC guy sneaking in and taking him out, so it looks like that is going to be slowed down. And B is not going to get taken over just yet here from the NC, from the VS. The NC are sticking around, and B now going back to the Realm.
The Realm.
But overall, the Foundation having 2. Now, A is getting converted, as we're even talking about that. So it's just going back and forth. A very contested location here. As Arzak Satcom Hub, why don't these guys try to leave a few people at each location? It seems like there's just a lot of running around and trading points.
Well, the VS were able to get into A fairly quickly and eliminate the one-man threat.
Right.
NC did what the VS did here, which was just send 1 guy in to flip it, and it worked for about 5 seconds. So the NC were able to, or the VS were able to come in, clear out that guy, and we now have more fighting outside. Looks the NC are having trouble gaining access to the building, as the VS have a lot of guys down in what would be traditional vehicle bay of a tech lab.
Right.
A tech plant, rather. So.
Sure.
All right, here we go. We have the VS sitting outside waiting for a push. The NC needing to regroup. Their main Sunder has been taken down, so they need to find another way to spawn. Their backup right here is on fire.
Oh, gosh.
And the backup Sunday goes down.
There it goes.
The NC now seem to be out of spawn points. They need to group up and get some Sunders up here to continue this assault. because the Vanu
Yeah,
have
get up there.
resecured all 3
Yeah.
points, and in under 2 minutes, this base will be completely defended.
It's all VS. And what about the overall scheme? So where are we from here? It seems like obviously there's been a lot of contention on the SATCOM hub. Where does the VS, where do the NC go from here? I mean, the VS still have obviously majority control, and they're
Oh,
actually
wow.
going toward the Omega. So
They're taking the Omega right
Oh,
now.
no.
I'm gonna go shoot over here and see what's going on at the NC's Omega.
they can't lose that.
They're moving in with armor. They know that they're close to their warp gate. They say, guys, we cannot lose this Omega. They have 3 tanks over here. Let me check out the point, because it looks like a lot of the VS forces are Art Arzak, so they should be able to secure this with superior numbers if all the NC get to this Omega.
Okay, of course, the Omega, very important to control. And the NC pushing that location, I mean, or the VS, are the NC in a situation where they can defend it?
The NC are in a situation where they can defend it. I think they just did defend it. They flipped it. They got
Sure.
their armor in there.
Sure.
So the NC pushing all their forces back to the Omega. They go, guys, we cannot lose this base.
Yep.
I think they understand the importance of that, and they have secured
Now they
it.
can
The N-
breathe. They can breathe a little bit.
Right, they can breathe a little bit. Exactly. The NC Omega has been secured.
Okay.
Now with all the VS forces on the left lane, it might be
Yeah.
it might be smart to send your small squad, which is Charlie for these guys, to the right lane and capture one base.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, there's a lot of VS action over here at Arizek Satcom Hub. They're kind of just running around, making sure.
Yeah, the VS are going to secure that.
Yeah, I mean, the 30 seconds away. So once those 30 seconds are done, I feel like they should start moving out. I mean,
Yeah,
let's
it
see.
looks like all the NC are over here. I don't see
Yeah.
any NC anywhere else. They're all at the Omega.
Okay.
They need to make a push.
So do they go up the right right lane? Do you think?
I would send at least one squad. I would
Sure.
send my squads into different lanes. Like, I would get 2 into the left lane and 1 to the right lane, or vice versa.
Yep.
Because right now it looks like they have their entire platoon attacking single points.
Yeah. So
And-
in a battle island, at the end of the time, is it whoever captures the most?
Correct.
Okay.
Whoever has the most by the end of
Sure.
the 45 minutes. We still have 18 minutes, 30 seconds left on that.
So that has to be on their mind.
Yeah, it looks like the Vanu, I mean, will probably take this challenge, but the NC, if they can move out fast enough, they can capture enough bases to make this a competitive match.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where if you're the VS, you're not necessarily worried about capturing that Omega. It's one of those things, as long as you retain control of all these of the majority, as we just discussed, you're going to win. So making sure to lock down those places, having a good defensive stance, do you necessarily think they'll try to make a push out to try to complete it by capturing the Omega?
I mean, it's always fun to get a dominating
Sure.
victory when you capture everything, and they have the numbers to do it. I mean,
Yeah.
they have one more squad than the NC, so
Sure.
they should be able to capture this Omega. They're connected to it. They have access to it. But right now, all the NC forces are being a little hesitant. It looks like Charlie's squad is moving up the right lane. I do see their squad leader here. He's going to go ahead and land. Is his squad going to deploy on him? Because he just landed on a Reaver. Those 4 turrets not manned as this guy enters Slate Canyon Hold.
All right, so the
Wow,
NC
there's a lot of VS here on this one guy.
Uh-oh.
I see a VS Sunder. I see 4 to 5 players chasing this one dude. They're going to go ahead and take out his Reaver. He's still alive, though. So your Charlie leader is still alive. He's going to go ahead and take out one. Oh, and he doesn't kill him. All right, so he goes for the takeout there, but he's surrounded. He knows it. And 3 VS finally take down Charlie lead. But Charlie's squad has a dead leader at the point. They can squad deploy on this guy if they want to use that tactic, and I would highly recommend them that they do.
Okay, are they going to do it? I don't see it right now. They might just let it go. They might not have your brilliant strategic mind, Jax.
Maybe not. I think they're pretty smart. I think that they can handle it. What is going on your screen? It looks like there's some...
I'm watching some armor here. It looks like the NC, they're just chilling back. They're defending this location. I'm not necessarily feeling the urgency to leave this location. And it's a hard thing to do. The entire VS was at that location that was just flipped over. So it's one of those things where they're not necessarily feeling that comfortable moving out. And it just seems like they're content defending this point. And we have the VS actually coming down here, the foundation. I see a Sunder. I see a bunch of action, a bunch of movement on these ridges and hills, and they're slowly making an advancement. So I think it's one of those things where the NC just focusing on not losing too much control over this location, and maybe they'll try to mount a counterattack or something if they feel like they have enough momentum on their side.
On my screen, you can see they have a Sunder that just got in. He just went past these turrets. The turrets were manned, actually.
Whoa.
He just raced up the hill. It will get destroyed, but it got about 4 players into the point. That was pretty cool. He went straight up the hill.
Like,
4 turrets were
we're
shooting
not
him.
getting out of this alive. Let's just go for it. And
Yeah.
it worked out a little bit, didn't it?
I mean, he got some players on into the base, so let's see if they can take this point.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Of course,
Now, this cap point here is going to be in this building. Guys, I've only played on the Battle Islands once, so
Yeah.
I'm learning this as much as you guys are.
I am too.
So these are very new. They're not accessible yet on the test server, but there's sort of a summon capability that the admins can have.
And I'm sure these players too. Like
Yeah, these are new for everyone. So
Yep.
it's really exciting, as we've said many, many times.
New and fresh.
You might be sick of hearing it, but we're very excited for the Battle Islands here at MLG.
And the potential, I think, is pretty unending. Of course, there's probably going to be changes moving forward. There's probably going to be adjustments to try to make make gameplay a little bit better. It's one of those things that's a test right now, and I love the idea. I love the concept, and it's produced some pretty awesome firefights so far.
Absolutely. Now, giving you a little update on our NC guys here. They have 3 on the point with 2 down. The medic is going to try and get them both up.
Yeah.
The medic going to leave the safety of the base to get his guy up, and that res is going to be successful. We have 5 players alive on this point with 3 minutes 30 to go. Kiz goes down. Alpha leader is down. They're moving in with a couple VS troops here. Ninja W going down. Private Nidu going down.
Pushing in.
And now a Max in there. I don't think that the NC are going to be able to stop that.
They tried.
All 5 guys at A going down.
Wow.
The Vanu able to resecure with a medic, an NG, and a Max.
Nicely done. Nicely done. That's a good step. Of
Smoke
course,
is in the building.
Uh-oh. Looks like we got a NC guy in there trying to make things work, but he's going to get taken out in
He
a
threw
second.
a smoke grenade. Not a bad strategy. I personally don't use smoke grenades, but I think I should start using them
Yes,
because
so
they're
you feel
very
like,
effective in this
and you
game.
feel like Batman.
You do feel like Batman.
Of course. That's I don't know if that's Batman. Who uses the smoke? Yeah, he uses the smoke. Of course he does. Illusion.
All right, the NC able to secure hydroponics. I think they're going to try and move to Arizek Satcom. So they're pushing both lanes right now. They're not so worried about their Omega. They're pushing both lanes. They're trying to take Slate Canyon. But Slate Canyon not able to be taken, defended by the Vanu.
Yeah, the Vanu pushing pretty hard into hydroponics compound, trying to make something happen. There's a lot of action, a lot of flurry around this location. I'm trying to follow the squad objectives, and again, trying to make their way towards A, trying to secure this location. And the A was converted, but the issue now is defending it. But the VS, it's looking all of them right now.
Yeah, these guys jumping into one of the turrets. They're having their engines get up the other turret. 3 out of the 4 turrets are down. It looks like that 4th is going to go down. So you have a Vanguard here over at Slate Canyon absolutely messing these kids up.
Nice. That's exactly what you want.
He's going to go in for a heal after successfully taking out the 4 turrets. So he's
Nice.
going to get a little bit of some NG love here.
No resistance, by the way, by the NC at hydroponics compound. I think they all backed away. The VS have pretty much complete control over this area. It looks like they're trying to sneak some, the NC trying to sneak some armor in, but it's just not working out. I think there's a Sunder there, but
If the NC lose the hydroponics compound, it's going to come down to the Omega.
everything's just going to waterfall onto that location
Yep,
from
so
every side.
If they lose hydroponics, they only have the Omega left. I'm sure they're aware of that. So why don't you stay over at hydroponics? I'll stay over at Slate Canyon and we'll follow the action here.
Yep, I'm watching the movement here from the VS. They've captured, or they're slowly converting hydroponics, just waiting for that to complete, and then they can move forward. But everyone is literally here. They're all slowly moving toward that Omega location, and it's only a matter of time before they converge from both directions.
It comes down to the Omega.
Down to the Omega.
But yeah, these NC Reavers, by the
goes.
way, doing work. Air is huge on the Battle Island, and I have to apologize, especially to my outfit, because I was like, I don't think Air will be that big. Air is huge on this Battle Island.
Yeah,
Because while all the cap
I
points
think
are
we
indoors,
had a little discussion about that. in the
we
last
did.
one,
I
if
think
remember correctly.
I ate my words. Air is a lot more important than I
Okay.
thought it would be on the Battle Islands. Because while all the cap points are indoors, you have to get to them from the spawn room, so
Yep.
you're outdoors for a pretty significant period of time.
Yep. Of course, there is I mean, there is an element of, what if you take an armor column down one of the lanes? Is that
I don't know if armor is the most effective thing on these
Yeah.
Battle Islands because the roads are too narrow.
sure?
There's a lot of turrets, there's a lot of dangers. I think air is just a lot more effective because the bases are pretty close. You can get from point A to point B
Yep.
in just a couple seconds if you have good pilots because they can just fly over and back you up. So with air constantly floating around, having
Sure.
at least 6 Reavers in the air, you can target enemy Sundays and really eliminate threats, and they can be fast response. Whereas armor, it takes them a lot longer to get to these bases.
Yeah, I mean, it's a time thing in a sense. If you think you can do it really quickly, you take that air. Maybe if you're going for a slower, turtle style as far as slowly pushing out and leapfrogging forward, then you might go for that armor. Because once you get there, you're going to be much stronger. But of course, if you go straight for the air, then you get your guys there faster. You're just going to be a little bit weaker if armor comes a little bit later. So, I don't know. It's interesting because this is all very, very new. So who knows how the strategy, the metagame will evolve as more people play on the Battle Islands.
The Vanu pulling a Mag Rider, trying to deal with this Vanguard that has been out here just terrorizing their base. And we have the Vanguard and the Mag Rider going right up at each other. This Mag Rider's pulling off even though the Vanguard's smoking.
Jukin.
He's a little worried about these Reavers. As
Trying
we
to
said, the
chip.
importance of air, and the,
He's like,
the
"Getting outta
Vanguard's
here."
going to get out of there. Yep.
Nice. He's like, leave me alone. He's gonna hide behind that wall. I think he might be seen there, but he's playing hide and seek. I like it. He's actually getting out to repair it. I love that move. But he's gonna get taken down from the side.
These Reavers making quick work of that Vanguard. Once again, guys, the importance of air. This air squad for the NC, able to take a lot of them out. What's going on? Are they over at the Omega by now?
Yeah, there's a little bit of action here at the hydroponics compound. I mean, the VS never really left this location. The NC actually putting up a fight here at A. It looks like they're going to convert A over to the NC. There's 3 minutes 38 seconds on the clock, but an NC guy able to sneak in here and convert this A point.
All right, so they're not going to let that base get taken.
No.
They're not letting the push on hydroponics happen. They're pushing Slate Canyon hold, but the Alpha squad's getting close. They're not able to flip the point, but they're able to get in the perimeter. So you do have a good fight over here at Slate Canyon hold as well.
10 minutes on that clock. And for now, it's all the VS at this point in time. Doing a great job capturing these locations. They've got Arizek Sakon Hub. They've got State Canyon Hold. All that remains is it's taking Hydroponics Compound and then moving on to Nexus Omega. And I don't think we're too far away from Hydroponics Compound being converted, because while this NC guy did come in here, and well, there's his friends are coming. So I'm wondering where the VS ran off to.
I think that they definitely sent some guys to Slate Canyon because there's a lot of players here defending against this Alpha squad. Alpha squad making a strong push. They're finally in the building over here at Slate Canyon. Are they going to flip this point?
Okay.
Let's see. They're in the building. They're downstairs. They're not able to get up there. Okay, finally. Slate Canyon will start flipping towards the NC. But, oh, man, the guy just gets absolutely ambushed.
Yeah. Yeah.
He gets taken out.
Yeah, that was a nice pick up there. So NC put up a fight. It's not like they're giving away these points easily, and the VS still not able to make that concentrated push on the Omega. I mean, they don't necessarily need to, but it's still nice to get that convincing victory.
Yeah, absolutely. This light assault going to be taken down by a heavy Alpha squad, not able to break into that A point yet.
Okay, we still got a lot of action here at Hydroponics Compound. A is controlled by NC, and there's a flurry of NC activity outside, and a bit of an exchange and firefight happening. And the VS, again, I think they sent a lot of their troops out of the location, so it's going to be a little bit easier for the NC to get control of this, and it's already going into the favor of the NC here at the Hydroponics Compound, so not giving it up without a fight.
Absolutely. The NC wanting to have more than one base, because if the Hydroponics Compound goes down, their Omega is vulnerable. Their Omega is already vulnerable from Slate Canyon, but
yeah,
the Hydroponics Compound would not be good.
No, it's one of those things where if both are taken, then they can come in from both locations.
And it looks like the VS are actually at the NC Omega. They have flipped the NC Omega for a quick second. The NC able to flip it back pretty quickly. So the VS didn't flip it for that long, but enough of a threat for Alpha Squad to move back to Omega.
I like his cheeky decision. I like the cheeky decisions, trying to sneak in a cap there to make things happen.
Oh, wow.
Do you think we'll have a lot of ninja caps in the future as far as?
I don't think. I mean, I think with 48 players, you can't really have ninja caps on a battle island like this.
Yep.
I think the cap times really need to be reduced, because if the cap times are quicker, you know, teams like the NC at the 7-minute mark could still potentially take a couple more bases.
Sure, sure. It should be interesting to see how the battle island evolves. It's really cool though. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. But for now, Hydroponics Compound secured by the NC. I saw Sunderer meander on in there from the VS, but it was taken down without too much trouble. And the NC doing a great job holding this point, all things considered, as the VS are still trying to push into this location. A bit of firefight exchanges happening, but the NC still complete control over Hydroponics Compound, and they're not giving up without a fight.
Absolutely, and I want to give you guys a quick tour of a pretty sick base.
Let's do it.
Granite Head Reactor. So let me take you over to the reactor, guys, on my screen. So this is an overhead of the base. You come down through here.
I'm afraid of heights, Jack.
There's
Be
going to be
careful.
a cap building on C. There's going to be a cap building on B. But the real beauty of this base is A. So you go down these stairs and you go into the reactor room. And this is unlike a map we've ever seen before on PlanetSide. This is the A point. This is the cap room for A. Obviously, there's like water cooling. There's a huge reactor in here. Graphically, this is just a sick point. And this room, having a huge open room underground here for this underground reactor, can lead to very large-scale battles. So just giving you a quick tour.
And there's a swimming pool if you're getting sweaty and you're shooting a lot of. Actually, that's not water. That was a hologram or something.
I think it is water.
Is it water?
Water cooled. Yeah. I think
oh
it's
yeah,
water
it is,
cooler.
isn't it? Okay. So there is a swimming pool.
There is a swimming pool for the nuclear reactor.
Sometimes
you
you
probably don't want to swim in
You
it.
don't want to swim in
But how sick is this base, man? It looks pretty cool, right?
Dude, I love the aesthetics, and it just looks pretty. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
I'm going to move back to the Omega.
Go for it.
Sorry, guys, just getting out of this
I'm
base.
still watching Hydroponics Compound. Still all NC here. The VS, they're trying to make some movements, but nothing's really working for them. I think they're focusing on another location at this point. I mean, I'm looking at their
Where are all
rally
your
points.
VS at?
Yeah, I'm looking. There's two waypoints here at Hydroponics Compound. There's two split up there at the State Canyon Hold. So they're basically just split up between. And they got some armor pushing toward the Nexus Omega on the left-hand side there from State Canyon Hold. So they're really focusing on that push to try to take over Omega. Meanwhile, they are sending it looks like a couple squads to Hydroponics Compound, not willing to give that up without a fight. At least you're going to try to retake it because they had it before.
Yeah, so shooting over to Hydroponics Compound, they only have 25 seconds left. It is NC controlled. If they're going to do something, they have to do it right now. They do not have a moment to spare.
They got to get in there. But I'm not sure they're in a position to do that. I'm not sure at all. A is going to be remaining in control of the NC. I'm not seeing any VS in the vicinity.
Boom.
Yeah, I don't see any VS here at all, actually, at Hydroponics Compound. So it might be one of those things where they're going to focus all their effort on pushing to the Omega from State Canyon Hold.
Yeah, I mean, they're pushing out of Hydroponics Compound. They're able to cap it, but with only 4 minutes left, it does not look good for our NC boys as the Vanu took territory very early. Good job of the NC defending and retaking Hydroponics, but I don't think they have enough time to really make a huge impact in this battle.
Challenge accepted. They got 4 minutes and 30 seconds to try to push all the way across the map to the other side of the battle line.
Zerging up this hill. I do believe that there's a glitch at that base where you can't spawn vehicles. So if people are wondering why they're foot zerging, that would be why. You know, there's still a couple glitches with the Nexus, but that's why it's not even on public test yet.
Sure.
And you know, it should be ready to go soon. It's a gorgeous
I
map.
love being able to see it initially, though, just to see
Absolutely.
the potential. How do you expect it to evolve? What are you hoping most to see from the Battle Islands?
I mean, I think mobile lane combat in a true FPS would be cool.
Yes.
And I think with the number of players, I mean, we need to make some changes here at MLG, obviously, on our end. I would like more cameras. I mean, if we had like 10 cameras for our director in the back to cut through.
Ooh, that's what we need.
And like maybe
10 cameras.
10 and just put them, you know, up at cap points and have them be stationary.
I feel like having the ability to get that first person feel.
Yeah, at SOE Live, we have the computers feeding directly in to our feed. So at SOE Live, we can pull from 4 different first-person cameras.
It's huge.
So that's going to be huge.
And you could stick them onto the squad leaders, honestly.
Yeah, that's what we did at SOE Live. We put them on the squad leaders.
Yep.
And guys, this game is evolving. Observer Cam is evolving.
Yes.
So Observer Cam, the Battle Islands, all of that.
Under construction, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And it's awesome right now, but it's going to be even more awesome.
Absolutely. So start playing now, because if you're into esports and you're into MLG and what we do here, you know, you got to start prepping.
You got to start training. You got to start getting ready, get your team together, get your coordination locked down, because the first outfit to figure out the Battle Islands, they're going to be rich and famous. I'm saying that right now. Is it going to be Jax? Is it going to be Jax's TIW, or is it going to be Axel Toss's Avengers? That's the question.
Axel Toss's Avengers.
Yes. Oh, yes.
TIW
you didn't know that was a thing?
Can't lose to a team called Axel Toss's Defenders.
No, you can't, but you will. It's just.
No, you can't, but you will.
Yeah, I mean,
all right.
it's not one of those things you actually have control over. I'm sorry.
2 minutes, 30 seconds here on the map. So where are your Vanu playing out the final 2 minutes of this match?
I'm actually, that's a great point. I've been worrying about other things. Let's see. I'm looking at my map here. There is a bit of air skirmishing. They're still making a push toward the Omega from State Canyon Hold. I'm seeing some armor going in that location, so if we can get a shot of that, that'd be perfect. I'll swing over there in a second, but looking at Hydroponics Compound, just some random rally points here and there. Not really any movement, any big pushes being made. So I think the main focus is going to be onto that Omega from State Canyon Hold. Set my rally point over there. Get swinging on over there.
I mean, with 2 minutes left on the clock, guys, they don't have time to capture any bases. Let's take a final look at how this map is gonna end up for this episode of the War Report. I mean, they're on the Nexus Omega. They're making a push for it, so we'll spend the last 2 minutes checking that out. But
pretty big push.
As you can see, the VS definitely took control this time.
Yeah, nice to see. The question is, can they put a nice little exclamation point onto this victory? Can they capture the Nexus Omega? I'm seeing a lot of stuff getting destroyed. They're making a nice push towards it, but
my camera can go through walls. I didn't know that. I mean, it can go through like some walls and not others.
Yeah.
So when it's flipping around,
don't get stuck,
guys. I get. I don't know which wall. Can I go through this wall? No, I can't go through this wall.
He's like, can I go through this wall? Let me slam into it like in Harry Potter.
Go through this one. Through this one? What walls can I go through?
That is the question of the day. 1 minute, 10 seconds left. And for now, it might be a pride thing. The NC making sure Nexus Omega does not get captured. Still a concentrated push happening from the VS trying to go towards that point. They're getting some guys inside, but they're trying to move towards A, and they actually have it captured. So it's all about just holding that capture. But I don't think there's enough time to even recapture it. But
Ooh, I can go through that.
yeah.
A is being held
Can you go
by
through
the Vanu at the
stairs?
Nexus Omega with 40 seconds left on the
Yeah.
clock. Are the NC going to be able to reflip their Omega at least?
We'll see. I'm watching A, and there's no one here, but I'll keep an eye on it.
We'll shoot outside and just give you a quick view of the armor.
Yep.
25 seconds left, guys. The VS,
Ooh.
huge victory in the first. Oh, you know what? And the NC are going to be
There we
able
go.
to flip A.
They got a guy
So
just running around it.
At least they have their shout
There
out
we
to
go.
Kiz from the NC outfit.
Sick. Great job, guy.
All right.
Keep doing what you're doing. But as time expires, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As there's a huge firefight at Nexus Omega, and it's going to remain neutral. Alert ended. Nuclear Winter.
Nuclear Winter is ended. It says it's a draw because they didn't get a dominating victory.
Ah. Do you think there was a dominating victory there?
I think it was a pretty big
I
domination.
think we won, and the audience won.
Yeah. So that's the Battle Islands, guys. So
Yes.
excited to finally have those, to check those out.
It's cool.
Dude, it's really cool, right?
I like it a lot, and I hope you guys enjoyed that too.
Sending a quick
If you could
thank you
give,
tell to Higby.
sure, if you could give pointers or suggestions to anyone trying to jump in to these battle islands, or maybe to these teams if they're watching this, if they have a chance
So
to catch the
The
VODs.
Foundation and the Realm, they're on
Sure.
the Sears server. If you're playing over there and you're looking for a VS or an NC outfit, they're a great group of guys. We had no problems with them, so would love to have them on the show again. The cool thing with the Battle Islands, guys, and this is one of the things I'm most excited about,
Yeah.
is we can now have server versus server teams. You don't have to be on the same server anymore. So everyone, argues what's better, Connery or Watterson? Connery or Watterson? There's a huge debate between those two servers.
Can all be friends now.
And yeah, I'd like to set up some sort of an all-star vote and do like an all-star list from each server.
Ooh.
So have like a Watterson versus Connery day. So with the Battle Islands and the test server, we have so many more things we can now add to the war report. The show's gonna get really exciting.
Yes.
And we're just gonna keep working on it over here at MLG.
Yeah, and feedback, guys, is definitely appreciated. If there's something you like, something you don't like, if there's an awesome idea that you think would be super cool to feature on the War Report, let us know, and we can try to make it happen.
Yeah, guys, and we're always checking Reddit for stuff on there. And people that are worried about competitive play affecting overall PlanetSide, there's a concern in the PlanetSide 2 community that MLG coming in is going to somehow affect their game experience, and I don't think it is at all, because it's completely separate.
It just adds to it, I think. No?
Yeah, I mean, it does. Well, from our perspective, it looks crazy. It sounds crazy. So I've talked to a lot of people about it, and I'll take a minute now to address it on the show.
Sure.
These don't affect you at all if you don't want to play competitively. You don't have to go on the test server. You don't have to play on the Battle Islands. But, you can just play your game. And you'll still get access to all the great things they're developing for competition in a larger scale. They're going to have Battle Islands on the public server. For players that just, want to play with their outfit casually, you're going to have that. And then for the players that want to be more competitive and take advantage of the MLG, they'll have a separate experience available for those guys. So overall, I think competitive play just raises the level of what these gamers can do. It makes outfits more organized. And
Provides opportunity to teams who think
Absolutely.
they're the best, but there's not really a way to define, okay, are we really the best? Sure, we're destroying everyone on this server, wherever we always are. They can literally go and challenge in their outfit, and then it can start happening on the battle lines. You get skirmishes happen, and then why not bring on an MLG, and then you can duke it out. You can have rivalry matches, team versus alpha versus
absolutely.
alpha. Why not?
And if you're not into that and you just want the classic MMO feel,
That's fine.
you have that.
Yeah.
You have that. So the competitive aspect of the game isn't going to be for everyone, but I think there's a huge amount of the community that's excited about it. I'm incredibly excited about it, and we've had a groundswell of support. So thank you to everyone who's been sending us tells, who's been saying, we can't wait for MLG. With the Battle Islands, MLG is finally here. Competitive PlanetSide is finally here, and I think that's absolutely huge.
Possibilities are endless, and it should be really exciting moving forward to see what can actually happen. Now, I have a question. So let's say there's someone watching at home who plays a lot of PlanetSide, and they want to get involved with Battle Islands. They want to be competitive, they want to join an outfit, or they have their own outfit, but they're wanting to know how to optimally practice and get ready for the Battle Islands when it hits everyone.
So, just get in an outfit first. Obviously, download the game at planetside2.com or on Steam. It's available
Free.
on Steam. And there's some promotions if you recruit your friends. You guys are incentivized to get your friends to play. So I think we have a graphic for everything you get when you recruit a friend, but there's a ton of
Yes.
extras. Here we go. Here it is.
Boom.
earn in-game items, station cash, XP boost, and more. So get your friends to play, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Use this promotion, recruit.soe.com.
There you see some more info, youtube.com/PlanetSide2, twitch.tv/PlanetSide2, twitter.com/PlanetSide2, PlanetSide2.com. Also, MajorLeagueGaming.com and all their respective streams. Definitely check them out. Yeah, it's great opportunity. The Battle Islands is super excited to see what we can come up with on future Battle Islands.
We have a ton of ideas, guys. The All-Star match was just one of them. But so from now on, going on, we'll have the Battle Islands on the Warport. Incredibly excited. I think that about covers it for today's episode. Thank you very much for everyone that came on and for everyone for watching.
If you want to get involved,
MajorLeagueGaming.com/submit if you want your
Top
clips
plays.
involved. Or that guy Jax, you can tweet at me. Or you can email me at jax@tiw.outfit.com, and we'll get you involved.
huge
Thanks
shout
so
out
much.
to this guy, by the way. Huge shout out to Jax.
Shout out to this guy.
No, shout out to you. You're doing a great job with this. Keep it up.
Appreciate it, man. I'm loving PlanetSide. I'm loving MLG. So it's been awesome to be here. So
All right, guys, that's going
Thanks
to
a
do
lot.
it for us. Yep, this week. We'll see you next time on the War Report. PlanetSide 2, MMO FPS, free to play. Go check it out if you haven't yet, because it's awesome. PlanetSide2.com. See you next time.